I feel that there have been two broad challenges that organizations have faced. And I will not say HR has faced these just by themselves. I think these are business problems, and the HR organization has taken the forefront in terms of solving for that. Many organizations realized that it was important for people to get back to work, come together, be in an office environment, problem solve together, because organizations were feeling that the quality of solutioning that was actually coming out of services organizations especially was lacking the cutting edge. And the second was, with so many new people in the organization post-COVID, the cultural element was taking a hit. So the organization wanted people to come back to office, and that's been a huge challenge to get back to office, whether hybrid or otherwise. The second thing in my mind is technology, the rate of change of technology, the rate at which obsolescence is happening. Newer technologies like Gen AI and stuff like that, they are fads right now, but it is almost becoming important for people to understand how to use it and incorporate that in their scheme of things. And therefore, I think to make sure that people are ahead on that journey, and all this in the face of a fairly tepid business environment. So I think these were the two large challenges, and I think the solution has been in working together with people. So whether when it comes to getting back people to work, it was about extensive communication, working cascade down through business leaders, talking to frontline managers, talking to people, use more of encouragement than stick, but to make sure that people understood that there was a downside to not falling in line, so to speak, as a last means of resort. In terms of technology, I think we have been ahead of the pack. We spotted programs, we curated learning paths on AI, and we made sure that most of our people, if not all, have done a few programs on Gen AI, and at least about 6,500 or what, somewhere on that, are actually Gen AI certified to be using them in their solutioning or to build solutions using Gen AI.
One of our key challenges this year has been how do we enhance our gender diversity in the leadership roles. To harness it, HR adopted by rolling out a target initiative called as Begin Again. This was a program to enable women to re-enter the workforce at the mid-management level. The success of this program is that within 3 months of this program, one of the women employees is today leading a global team that drives innovation. That's the kind of impact that we wanted to create.
See, I am from a school of thought where I actually don't think that HR drives these initiatives. I think we are custodians of these elements in organizations, but we drive through businesses. I'm a huge fan of using learning as an engagement lever. That's something that we have worked very hard on during the last couple of years. Ever since we evangelized Coursera in the organization, we have ensured that the appetite for consuming content, appetite for looking at learning as a growth lever, hasn't died out in people. I also believe that on the whole, the idea of going ahead with the culture tenet evangelization has also helped us drive the engagement. So there have been a lot of programs around speaking around the culture tenets, whether it was business leaders, whether it was about these fireside chats, or whether it was Angan Guhas coming and speaking to employee groups. I think we have kept the heat on that particular stuff. So that's also contributed to engagement. Diversity has been a very interesting area for this particular year because we have tried to do many things that we did not earlier. So we sustained the Be Empowered program. We ensured that we worked with a few partners who specialize in bringing in women leaders into the mix. We also experimented with veteran and PWD hiring this time. But most importantly, I think by having a dedicated leader focused on diversity 24/7, 365 days, what we have managed to achieve is a continuous cadence on this particular stuff. So people understand the seriousness and the intent of the organization, the rigor with which reviews have happened, the rigor with which the business leaders have owned up walking on this journey. I think that has seen a dramatic change this particular year. So just like they would do their ops review with an HR person, now during that review there is also this leader who takes care of diversity. She also sits on that review and she's able to kind of talk to various roles that have been hired for certain potential issues that have been raised by women employees and stuff like that. So I think all in all, I think that one intervention that we did in terms of putting a senior leader to be responsible for DEI, the executive sponsor along with me, I think that's worked wonder for us. So I think all in all, we have set ourselves a little ambitious target in terms of moving from probably we were about 23 or something a year back to about 30+% in the next year or so, and I think we are on track for that.
DNA is embedded in our fabric and we do multiple initiatives throughout the year. Some of the initiatives that I would like to call out is through our WIL platform, which is Women in Leadership and Learning. They conduct Cafe Connects, which are relaxed networking and connection meetups for women, Lean In Circle, which is the Women Leadership's annual meetup. These informal ways of connects amplify our commitment towards inclusion, and they are safe spaces for women to connect, share experience and celebrate diversity. Hexagon Embrace is another signature event which is to embrace cultural diversity, wherein we celebrate the collective commitment and efforts to bring together the diverse threads of geography and gender. We also do year-long sensitization programs for our employees. Dialogue in the Dark was the recent sensitization event which we did to help our employees understand through the lens of how a visually challenged employee goes through. Coming to learning and leadership development, we do consistent efforts to nurture our leaders with relevant learning interventions. Our flagship program has been the Leadership Excellence Program, which we call it as LEP. The uniqueness of this program is that it's just not a one-time intervention. This is a multi-phased engagement wherein the first year was focused on self-insights. The second was a focus on teams, and this being the third year, we are focusing on business. The design of these learning workshop is driven basis deep diagnostics and curation of the divisional needs as well. Another successful program that we're really proud of is Real Talks. Now the format of this program was very unique, wherein HR was just a facilitator. The conversation was from the room wherein the leaders discussed real life case studies from their various teams, and the audience went away with how the same problem statement could be held in different ways.
I am a big believer that technology is both an enabler and a disruptor. First of all, if we want to remain relevant in the scheme of things, we need to embrace technology. Nobody's business goes and kind of creates its own manifestation inside the organization. So one of the biggest interventions that we put together in Birlasoft was a skillful implementation, which captures the journey from demand capture to looking at people, their skills, trying to match them, trying to depending on their profiles, quality vis-a-vis the success profile, define learning paths, then integrate that with our learning where, define learning paths, then ultimately create an internal talent marketplace where we democratize upcoming opportunities so that everybody is aware of what is coming and they can prepare themselves for that, and then take that journey forward with further enhancements to this entire concept, where we want to make sure that we create a backbone which helps employees plan their career journeys at Birlasoft. Its adoption is probably one of the biggest things that's happened. Outside of that, I would think that this year also saw us move the needle in terms of asking more of our managers. So the whole thing about curating content and creating learning paths for managers, starting from what typically you would have done for a first line manager, but take it further up in terms of how can we help them become better managers, better coaches, to have more empowering conversations, and can we equip our managers to have those empowering conversations. So I think that entire journey on improving the quality of leaders, I think that's something that's taken shape, and we have actually supplemented it with not only good leadership development content from publishers on Coursera platform, but we've also signed up with the likes of IIMs, a couple of IIMs, who have brought in some good high quality pedagogy, which at least about 20-25% of managers have consumed. And unless these managers understand the fact that they need to embrace diversity, and the core fundamental pillar on which diversity will be inclusivity, because gender is what we normally anchor DEI on. But I also believe that DEI is about being open to quote unquote anything diverse, right? It could be ideology, it could be appearances, right? Do we have it in us as leaders and managers to give an equal opportunity to a person who's unlike us or who's unlike the stereotype? And that's the quality that we are trying to kind of help our leaders and managers imbibe. So I think that's going to be an interesting journey.
Today's employer expect more than just a paycheck. From the organizations, they need an environment where can they grow, thrive, and feel engaged beyond work. And this has been a key trend that we have been focusing. At Hexagon R&D India, to address this, we have a dedicated interclub team which focuses on a diverse range of engagement for our multi-talented employees. From creative contests to family-centric events, our initiatives have been designed to foster both personal and professional development for not only the employees but also the children. To name a few, we had the Junior MasterChef contest, Gala Company Day events, division level family events where we celebrate along with the families for the collective success. We have hackathons to engage the bright minds, drama club, book club, weekly fitness regimes, you name it, and we have it.